Yeah, I can record. Okay, hopefully this is recording. Into the cloud, virtual background. I'm gonna have this one. So blockchain sense 18. We can get that. Images, Canva. Boom, boom. Let's get this logo. Jeez, that's cold. That is cold. We got AJ, we got Kevin. What up, gang? What up, what up, what up? Give it a couple more minutes for everyone else to roll in. Today's episode is not going to be a full-blown one, just because it's my mom's birthday. I'm out for a birthday.
Happy birthday, so, mommy!
she's in the bingo hall.
Of course, the right place makes some money. Why not?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's her game, innit? So I thought I'd come and keep her some company. Because that's what she likes to do. And then I was like, meanwhile, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go look at the charts. It's my gig. Let's just keep waiting. Hold up. Let's play my video. Here it is. It's got my video. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes for people to roll in, and then I'll get started. Let me just load up the screens that I'm gonna use. So I haven't got the usual presentation and everything that I normally have, but we have got some very interesting stuff to discuss. Okay.
Where's Ninja starting today?
No, he is.
Okay, cool.
I don't know where he is now. He said he was coming in. So did Lucas. Oh wait, here we go. Admit all. Let's get everybody else in. Curtis. Let's add him in. Michael's add him in. Yeah, Ninja's definitely coming in, and so is Lucas, because they're taking over from me when I go back to the bingo with my mom.
Hey, I see a couple of pictures with you and Ninja still in it. You guys look whacking up. Trust me, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we look serious.
Now, what I mean, the two of you just look like these two guys are serious. That's how the picture looked to me. You know what I mean? No joke. There he is.
Yeah,
there he is.
I love that. I love it, bro.
I was just going to see a picture with the two of you, you know what I mean, with the blockchain sensor, and the two of you just look like, can't study those two guys, you know what I mean? They're in a different league, you know what I mean? Just watching, keep your eyes on it.
Oh, come on, Kevin, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. We're after
in the pipeline, let us tell you. We can't say anything on it. I've kind of got a clue in my digital cover. Background cover. I don't know if you can see it. If I move myself out of the way. See it.
Blockchain, digital. Crazy. Yeah, that's good.
So we got a couple things in the pipeline. But like I said, because I'm going bingo with my mom, I'm gonna keep it a little bit short. In this one. So we've got people in, all the regulars. So let's get it cracking. So the one thing I really wanted to talk about today is something that's been a pressing issue on my mind, and I'm sure has been a pressing issue on a lot of people's minds, and that is Mr. Elon Musk. So what I'm going to do is, because I want this one to be an interactive kind of Q&A one, has anyone got any questions or theories or beliefs on Elon Musk and Bitcoin before I get into it?
As far as I can think or see, I think that guy is just, every time he make a speech, he make more money. That's what I see. And every time he said something, people get scared and panic, and he's just sitting there thinking, okay, don't worry. Yeah, a couple more billions in the bank. And that's just what I feel. I just think, you know what I mean, the way the world is going, it's not going backwards. It's a digital world. And you know what I mean, that's where it's heading. And this guy's just at the top of the chain and just caning it. That's how I see it.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective. My sister's right next to me. What's your opinion on Musk? What do you believe is happening?
I think that he's controlling it. Like, I think he's doing it on purpose. And then when he speaks badly on it, obviously it goes down. And I think he's like brought into it to go down. So I think he's just controlling it and he's putting his own pocket on it. That's what I go.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what you've got there is the general consensus and the general kind of belief and narrative. Now, what I want to discuss is just Mr. Musk in general. Like, he's either completely crazy, doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't know what he's doing, or is a genius beyond the level that anyone can ever comprehend. Now, I'm gonna go with the latter, just simply because we're talking about the guy that created PayPal. Now, a lot of people don't realize that Musk didn't just come out of nowhere. He created PayPal. He cashed out, I think it was like 600 million when he sold PayPal. Then he used the money from that. So the money that he got from PayPal, he then invested it into Tesla and into a couple of other projects. So then he started working on SpaceX. Now, obviously with SpaceX, it requires you to have a different level of mathematical brain. And getting into SpaceX, he made really good friends with the Russians because they were the ones that ended up giving him some of the equipment and some of the money that he needed. And they were some of the first people that funded him to use his rockets to send stuff to the International Space Station. So we know that the Russians got a lot of money, a lot of money. And the Russians are always in this constant power struggle with America. So that's stage one. So this guy, number one, we clearly know he's got some mad contacts. Number two, we know to send rockets into space, whilst in your spare time, you've actually got a company that's making self-driving and electric cars and is an energy company. Then whilst he did that, he decided to also create the Boring Company, which is the company that's trying to create the Hyperloop, which is going to basically allow cars to move at over 400 miles an hour underground in LA to New York. Now, again, that takes a lot of physics, a lot of maths, and a lot of calculation. Then decided to start carrying on with Tesla and took Tesla a little bit more serious. The sales started to come in. And then he thought, you know what, I'm not going to just release 2 cars. I'm going to release 4. And you know what, I'm going to release a truck and I'm going to release the Cybertruck. So then all that happened. And then he decided, you know what, I don't think I've got enough on my plate with owning a car/energy company, the Boring Company, and SpaceX, which one of those projects in alone is enough for anyone. Then he created Neuralink, which some of you may have heard of, some of you may not heard of, which is basically the intention for it is to help people with Alzheimer's.
Michael, 1 second. Sorry to interrupt.
Parkinson's disease, so on and so forth. But then
Michael,
eventually to be able
Michael,
to
can you hear me?
Far away. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I just meet 2 lovely people, so I'm just introducing them to what's happening with blockchain census. So I'm going to give them the link, okay? Bring them on board.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, love.
All right, peace.
Do that. So he then created Neuralink. Now, on top of having Neuralink, I don't know if any of you lot have had kids or have got kids, or look after kids or anything like that. But this guy then is also looking after kids, 4 of them, whilst doing all of these things that we've just spoke about. That is ridiculous. This, in terms of workload and the amount he's doing and the amount of stuff, Shakespeare, William Shakespeare is the only other person in history that's ever produced so much significant stuff in such a short. That William Shakespeare wasn't alone. There wasn't one person, that it was a group of people. And the business, you can't be successful on your own. You have to do it with a group of people. So I personally think that Elon Musk isn't alone. I think Elon Musk represents a group of people. I think he represents a group of people, maybe 10, 15, 20 super tech geniuses. Like, we're talking mathematics on a completely different scale. Now, then on top of this, one of the biggest gangster moves that happened recently, I don't know if any of you have watched Scarface, Power, or anything like that. Elon's been tweeting about how, Bitcoin is it's bad for the environment, energy-wise, so on and so forth. Anyone that's done any research on Bitcoin will know that it's completely not bad for the environment. It's probably the next best thing that's going to happen for the environment, because it encourages 80% of Bitcoin is mined by wind farms, solar, kind of. So clearly, if this guy does science on the level that we know he does, clearly someone in his team would have said that to him. And clearly, if he owns his own solar company called Tesla, which used to be called Solar City, which used to be his brother's company, clearly he kind of knows, nah, actually, I'm kind of lying here. So let's think of it this way. Again, if you've ever seen any gangster movies, there's a classic gangster move where you create a problem for the other gangsters and the other players, and then you go, oh, don't worry about that. Me and my crew will handle the distribution, and you won't have that problem anymore. Has anyone seen that in Power or anything like that, where the gangsters kind of go, oh, so these guys keep robbing your stuff. They keep robbing all your shipment. Oh, don't worry about that. I can get them to stop. Meanwhile, it's them that's causing that problem. This is exactly what Elon's just done with the whole energy thing. He's told everybody, oh, Bitcoin, oh yeah, it's really bad because it's bad for the environment. If only there was somebody that had a crazy amount of soul all around. Oh, if only there was that person. Oh yeah, guys, I actually do that. It's funny that you're looking for that. I actually do that. It's actually through Tesla, So should we start mining Bitcoin for you, and then everyone buys their Bitcoin from us? Because then it'll be clean Tesla Bitcoin. Now, based on the hype that he's got, I personally think Tesla branded clean Bitcoin will be just phenomenal. Now, one of the things I want to do is, now that we've had that little talk about the position Elon's in, I want to just share my screen, and we're going to talk about something called the Wyckoff distribution. So this here is one of the most advanced technical analysis formats that there is. There's been loads popping up about it for the last couple of weeks. And I wasn't going to really go into it because I needed to go into it really deeply. But then I realized, hang on a minute, if I've got a quick session that I'm doing, that'll be the best time to kind of try and simplify it. So the way that it works is markets follow cycles all the time. So we have an accumulation phase, then we have an advancing phase, then we have our distribution phase, and then we have our declining phase. And then the cycle starts again if the company brand, so on and so forth, is run correctly. Now, what ends up happening in the first bit, in the accumulation phase, we have a range after a 6-month decline, and then we have a long period of consolidation. So that's basically where the chart is moving sideways, and everyone's like, for some people, it looks like a dramatic roller coaster. Their money's going up and down. This is a great time for traders. But what's actually happening is we're getting a foundation. So you'll get, as you can see here, the dotted lines, hopefully. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, brilliant. So as you can see, the dotted lines are building a really nice support. And what happens when we have a really nice support with multiple touches? It increases the chance and the amount of buy orders that are going to be put in at that point, not only by retail, but by institutions as well. eventually causing the price to skyrocket. So that's the accumulation phase. Then we have the advancing phase, and this is now the price has created this bottom, and now it starts advancing and moving up. And we have a breakout from the accumulation phase, and now we start getting an uptrend. And this is now where the price is above the 200 moving average. Then from there, we go into the distribution phase. Obviously, after this advancing phase, we always have a dip. Why are we always going to have a dip after the advancing phase and after a big breakout? Because people have just made loads of money. So if you've just made loads of money, if you've made 100%, 400%, 600%, 1,000%, I think you're going to take some profit. I think the whales are going to take some profit. And when that happens, we get yet another dip, and then we get another distribution phase. And you can see it goes sideways. However, the difference in the way to recognize the distribution phase in comparison to the accumulation phase is where the 200 moving averages. So we can see with the accumulation phase and in a decline, the price is below the 200 moving average. When it's advancing, it's above the 200 moving average. And in the distribution phase, it kind of does a bit of both. But this is what's preparing us now for either another step up and another continuation, which is going to be advancing, which is very rare, or most likely the declining phase. Now, why is this going to cause, why would, if all of a sudden this thing is the hot thing, why would the price go down? Why would people purposely try and put the price down? Because they want to get more of this asset for cheap. Buy and sell, golden rule 101. Why am I going to buy a car off you for 10 grand if it was 2 grand 6 months ago? I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to call my mates, call everyone I know, and go, right, guys, let's just get the price down on this. Let's put in some shorts on it. Now, again, the other additional thing that's happened with Bitcoin, and I keep stressing it, and it's happened with Ethereum as well, they've now got options plays and futures plays on Bitcoin, these whales, which means they can make money on it going up and it going down in large scale. So they want to do whatever they can to get this asset. Now, one of the things, a couple of days ago, we had the Bitcoin convention, and the Winklevoss twins, if you don't know about them, please research them.
Yo, we need to go to that. We need to go to that, the Bitcoin convention next year. They look lit.
Definitely. So they've got some of they're two of the largest holders of Bitcoin. And they made a really, really good point that at the moment, there is over 50,000 companies listed on the stock market, and only around 24 of them have Bitcoin on their balance sheets to protect them against depreciation and inflation. Now, all 40,000 companies and every company in the world has to deal with inflation, no matter what. No matter what, the cash that you have is losing money, no matter what. You can't do anything about it. It's just a byproduct of life. So would it not make sense for some of those companies to put maybe 1%, 2% of their money into Bitcoin, just like Square have done, just like Tesla have done, so on and so forth? And we've seen, because we keep covering it every week, there's more and more institutions and more from the big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Ray Dalio, all saying, oh, actually, you know what, I'm going to kind of get into this Bitcoin. And whilst this is happening and the institutions are saying they're getting into it and that they actually want it, what's happening? The price is coming down. Why would the price come down when the institutions want to get into it? Because they don't buy the high. They don't do that because they know the basics of making money. You don't buy the high. You wait until it's dipped and then you buy it there and then you wait for the price to go up. Now, another thing that these whales have is they have something called staggered buy orders and dark pools. So a dark pool is whereby a whale can execute orders that won't even appear on the exchange. So they're like side orders, or they'll be able to buy into something at staggered intervals. So instead of it being one big move and them executing, right, we want to get 100 billion of Bitcoin, they know if they do that, it would cause the price to skyrocket. So what they'll do is they'll do a dark pool move, which will mean that they'll buy in increments of 1 million. So they'd be like, okay, cool, execute 1 million every £50 that Bitcoin moves up, or every £1,000 that Bitcoin moves up, slowly, subtly increasing the amount that they've got. So I hope this is making a lot of sense. So when the price is declining, this is where you need to become a long-term investor. And again, if you've been dollar cost averaging, it won't hurt you as much. So hopefully that's made some sense so far. So this, I don't know if you can see it that clearly, is the what Bitcoin has done recently, the move that it's done. And this is the Wyckoff distribution pattern. But again, I don't know if you can see it properly, but hopefully you can see that it's pretty much identical. Let's go to a better image. Okay, cool. So there we go. We can see it a bit better here. So this is the Wyckoff movement. This is how it looks. So what happens is we have a massive selling phase, then we have a massive accumulation phase, and then we have a massive move up. And during this time is where the whales are doing their staggered buys. So all throughout this movement, the whales are doing their staggered buys. Then we get to the top and we have our distribution phase, and then the price comes down and it repeats the same thing all over again. So we can see it here. Now then we have the accumulation. So this is the whole thing. But when we're down in the accumulation phase, which is this bit here, this is what it will look like. This is what the chart will look like. And it's all calculated, and it's done by multiple whales communicating to each other. Now, who is one person that we know that might be communicating to multiple whales? Oh yeah, a guy called Elon. Now, let's look at this. Here we can see perfect execution of the Wyckoff. Absolutely perfect. This is what it looks like on the chart. It's literally identical. Look, especially when we start looking here. So maybe it's not that Elon is moving the price. Maybe there's a possibility that he knows the exact points because he's an advanced mathematician, and he probably knows about Wyckoff strategy, and he probably knows the guys that have got the big buy orders and the big sell orders. He probably knows exactly the points, just like he would have to calculate when launching a rocket, just like he'd have to calculate the exact points when he's doing the boring tunnel, just like he'd have to calculate the exact points when you're making a self-driving car. You'd have to use AI to calculate things exactly to the millisecond and the minute. He can probably do the same thing with the charts. So it might not be that he's moving the price. It might be that he's just tweeting at the exact time that he knows the price is about to move. And he might just be trolling the other whales, kind of saying, guys, I know what you're doing. I can see what you're doing. And I think, if anything, he's trying to leave breadcrumbs for people. Those that do the research will see, hang on a minute, this thing is exactly like the Wyckoff pattern, which has also happened on the Dow Jones in the 1980s. It also happened in 2008. And look at this, it's happening here with Bitcoin. So this is kind of like the whales trading mark. You know, like Zorro would leave the Z. This is their thing. This is their, like, yeah, we're here. Yeah, the institutions are here. That's what this is. This is, we are here to buy this. This belongs to us now. This doesn't belong to the people anymore. That's what the Wyckoff logo basically imprint means. So the institutions are here to buy it. We've just got to learn when these movements are going to happen. So right now we're at a very interesting point, and we're either going to, you can see here, everything's about to turn around here. Now, the reason, again, I wanted to touch on this is because something else is very interesting is happening in the markets. I don't know if you've seen, but the price of lumber has absolutely skyrocketed. So again, people are not diversifying, and they're missing a trick. So what the whales have been doing, their profits from Bitcoin, they've been putting it into other commodities like lumber, like gold, like silver, and the prices of those things have shot up. So let's say, for example, you make 1,000%, right, on £1,000. Now you've just done 10x and you've now got 10,000. You then put that some of that money into lumber or into gold to keep it safe. Let's say, for example, you put 5,000 of that into gold to keep it safe, and then gold does another 100%. Your 5,000 is now 10,000. So now in total, you've just made 15,000. But you've only ever invested in two things. And whilst the price of Bitcoin is going down, you've just moved your money into a different asset class that people aren't really aware about and retail isn't really looking at. So we can see here over the last year, the price of lumber has increased 377%, and nobody is talking about it. That is more than a lot of cryptos, and nobody's talking about it. So how does that affect people? It affects people because less houses can be built. But again, no one's talking about it. So a stack of lumber before used to cost, this time last year, May the 4th, would cost you $334, $343, I mean. That same amount of lumber would now cost you $1,635. That's a bit of a difference. So the price of lumber over the last 25 years, we can see the movements here. And it's at an all-time high. Look at that chart movement. That's ridiculous. So what does that mean if the price of lumber has gone up? That means that the value of the dollar has gone down because you can get more assets. It costs you more dollars to get the same thing. Hope that makes sense. So based on these parameters, here's how many single family homes can be built with 50,000 worth of lumber compared this year compared to last year. So at the moment, the same amount of money can build 2 houses that in 2010 could build 12. And just last year could build 10 houses. That same amount of money and that same amount of wood now gets you 2 houses. If that isn't a massive, massive thing that no one's talking about, I don't know what is. But yeah, let's go on to some of the crypto news. So we've got Delana. Oh, sorry. Does someone have a question?
No, I just said big find, bro. Big find. I had no idea.
Maybe. Again, it's people are, unfortunately with crypto, what's happening is crypto is being used to distract people from other asset plays that are happening that are making just as much money that provide more security. And unfortunately, it's just what's happening is the narrative with crypto is to make people not think that it's actually an asset that you would hold. The narrative is being played that it's a way of making quick money. Yes, you can make some quick money, but you're not going to get 100,000x. You're going to get 100,000x by holding for 5, 10, 20 years. That's how you really change your life, how you get wealth. Whereas what's happening is people are going to be buying Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, even Doge, right? And then they're going to sell it and they're going to sell all of it. And then guess what happens? A year, 6 months, 2 years, whatever later, it goes up again or goes up more. Let's say, for example, Doge is the perfect example. If you had just stuck with Doge the whole time, and then every time it dipped, you bought more, you would be so up right now. You would have been up multiple times. Whereas what people are doing is they're selling their whole thing the moment it goes down. They're buying the high and then selling when it goes down, actually cashing out when they're at a loss. Whereas the key is to just keep buying over a period of time. So same with all these meme coins that are out now, people are selling their whole position. Whereas what if these meme coins take off again in 5 years time, 10 years time, and you could have been accumulating more and more of it? It's the same thing with GameStop and AMC. Look at that. They've popped their heads up again. I'm not
Take
about
all of
these
them. Take all of them with interest.
Yep. So again, like I'm not really for buying these meme coins or these meme stocks, but the best strategy I would tell people is to not just trade them, but to hold them long term as well. And if you're worried about holding them long term, it's probably because you haven't calculated the amount of money that you're putting into it. You should only be putting in money that you can afford to lose into these meme tokens and these meme stocks. Put in the amount of money that you'd be willing to lose if you went to the bookies, if you went to the casino, if you went for a meal with some friends and you'd be willing to lose that 30, 40, 50 quid.
Yeah.
That's the amount that you should be putting in. And then when it goes up and it goes up to 200, 600 pounds, whatever it does, still leave in 20, 30 quid. Because guess what happens? It'll go up again.
Yeah.
But what's happening is people are not even doing that. They're literally like going to the bingo hall and going on the roulette table and going, all right, cool. I'm going to put 100 on this one, 100 on that one, 100 on that one, 100 on that one. Hopefully one of them will come through.
Can I just share something for my personal? I have a personal meme coin strategy. So first of all, in my opinion, you should definitely never put more than 1% of your entire portfolio in a meme. Like 0.5, 0.2% is good, but me personally, I put 0.1 BNB, which at current market price is like $40 max on a meme coin. So it'll either be like 0.05 to 0.1 BNB. And then when the meme coins 2x, I always take out 50% because I'm definitely about taking my profits. Imagine if a meme coin is a 40x, right?
Ninja, this is like your algorithm. You have like a formula how you do this?
Formula? No. There's no algorithm. Listen to what I said. When or if the meme coin I invest in, or just a stupid stock I invest in, 2x's doubles, I take out half straight away.
Yeah.
So I get my money back quickly. I'm not about waiting for money. And then if you do invest something that 40x's, right? Say you invest, let's say £25, right? £25 times 40 is 1,000. So this is the journey, right? So 25 into 50, you take out your 25 back, now it's worth 50. If it's going to do another 20x from that point, then that 50 will still flip to 500.
Yeah, understood.
Or 1,000. And also, in my opinion, I always say to my students, less than 10% of your 10% max of your portfolio should be extreme high risk. Because even if that's like, imagine if that 10%, 20x's or 40x's, that's your whole portfolio times 3 or 4. Just by dedicating a 10%. But yeah, people are putting way too much money in meme coins, and I know a lot of people that got burnt because they had like 30-40% of their portfolio in whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what's happening with that is what the banks and the whales want us to do. They want us to buy these meme coins and not buy actual assets like Ethereum, like Cardano, like Polkadot, like they want us to be distracted and to not get them, because those assets are things that are going to be here for the next 20, 50 years that are going to be able to look after our families for generations and generations to come. But what's happening is people are cashing out their profit.
Yeah, I want to ask you something. So basically, to my understanding, the whales have influence on the stocks and all the other markets from trading and the crypto. Once they buy out, they influence the crypto market. Once they buy in, they influence the stock market, right? That's what you're telling me?
Dude,
I'm telling you, they are the market.
They are the market. They control the market. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Not, retail can only control meme coins, basically. Extremely small market cap coins that retail can control. Besides that, the whales control everything.
And one more thing, there's a big difference between coin and a token, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Because you guys were talking about these shit coins, but I think they're all tokens, because the big coins, there's like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all those things, right?
So, yeah. So a coin is mainly, so this is again one of the big problems with the terminology. Like on purpose, whales love using words that confuse people and distract people. Now, what's happened with cryptocurrency is that word in itself, currency, it makes people think it's for exchanging it and giving it to other people. Whereas what it should be called is crypto assets. You don't exchange and give away your assets all the time. You don't buy a house and then go, oh yeah, I'm going to sell it. I'm going
I
to sell
think the
50%
first
of my
thing
house today.
that
Oh yeah,
people
I'm going to
get
buy back 50%.
twisted is that they don't understand the term blockchain. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's one of the other big things, because people don't understand that the blockchain is the asset, and then the coins are built on top of the asset, or the tokens are built on top of the asset. And again, it's the terminology, like it's the way that the media spins it. The media spins it, oh yeah, this cryptocurrency is going up like this month, it's being taken out, and it's just encouraging people to think that you should be buying in and taking out, buying in and taking out. There is no media coverage, even about Bitcoin, saying this would be a great asset to hold on to for 20 years. When if we look at the stats over what Bitcoin's done over the last 10 years, it's gone up by 200% every year for the last 10 years, more or less.
Can I just
always
yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, I just told that Bitcoin is always on a stable position growing. Doesn't matter if it dips low or not, it's always growing.
100%, man, 100%. So just want to quickly touch on some of this altcoin news. So yeah, Solana is raising as much as 450 million in a bid to take on Ethereum, which will definitely change their market gap and will definitely change the position that they're in. So look into that. Polygon has raised another 21 million to fund Polygon developers, which is obviously Polygon's been used to help with the Ethereum scaling.
Yeah.
Then what's happened recently is something called the flippening. Now the flippening is where Ethereum is set to flip Bitcoin. Now there's multiple actions on exchanges, it's going to flip invested in it. Now what's actually happened for the first time is there is now more Ethereum being converted to stable coins like USDC and Tether than Bitcoin in a day. So this is the first time that's happened. So that again is showing that the whales are clearly looking at Ethereum.
Yeah, as a potential big dip in the future. Yeah, it's gonna be
potential. Like Ethereum right now, I'm expecting this is where all the hype is going to be for the next 6 months. Is
Michael, you think that shit gonna hit like 10K this year?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
One more thing
I want to ask you guys. You guys read the news about the Salvador president wanted to start.
It's so funny that you said that. That's literally one of the slides. So yeah, I'm gonna come to that.
It's my first time in this meeting, and I'm excited because I've been learning a lot, and I wanted to learn a lot with you guys too. So I'm sorry.
No worries, man. Thank you. We appreciate you. So yeah, the amount of ETH on exchanges has just reached a 2-year low. Now, most people might see that and go, "Oh, that's really bad if there's not that much ETH on exchanges." No, that's really good because it means that it's not on the exchanges, it's in people's wallets. That means more people than ever are storing Ethereum. They're not trading it, which is good because that means that it has more stability. So again, this is something to watch out for. And then behind the scenes, there's reports saying that in total, the whales have accumulated over 50,000 Bitcoin to their wallets in just the last week, but it's just not coming through on the chart. So because it's going up and down, we can't see, it's not looking like a giant spike, but they're buying it all up. And what's happening is retail is selling it. So ordinary people like us are selling it, going, "Oh, Bitcoin's going down, it's never going to come back up." And all they're doing is manipulating the price to keep scaring people so that people keep selling, and then they own it. And then they're going to let the price go up. So obviously we had the thing with El Salvador, which is revolutionary. So
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Crazy stuff. This could put El Salvador on the map.
I'm gonna live there, bro.
A lot of billionaires, a lot of millionaires going to El Salvador. And I think just like how when Tesla and PayPal and Square got Bitcoin, a lot of other companies decided, you know what, we're going to do it as well. I think this might encourage a lot of countries to do it.
Exactly.
Because it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to do. So Bitcoin has a market cap of $680 billion. And if 1% of the 680 billion that's in Bitcoin right now was to pass through El Salvador, that would increase their GDP by 25%. What that could do for education, hospitals, like just poverty in general, is crazy. If they allow El Salvador, the average shopkeeper is now taking payments in Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin goes from where it is now to 250K, the people of El Salvador are, wow, mind-blowing. And then on the other side, Bitcoin will have 10 million potential new users by El Salvador using it.
Bro, GDP is gross domestic product. Just for you, someone asked, it's gross domestic product.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the. Yeah, GDP is just gross domestic product. It's the better way. It's like the advanced way of saying how much money the country.
Yeah, you measure the market value. Simple.
Yeah. So yeah, El Salvador are doing that. Then we've also had Anchorage Digital, which is the 10th oldest bank in America doing ETH-backed loans. Now, again, every week we're covering what these whales and these institutions are doing, but this is huge. This is like mind-blowing. Like being able to go to one of the oldest banks in America and go, I've got this much ETH, will you give me a loan against it? Like, that's crazy. Because that means there's people that would have got ETH for 400 quid, to 1,000 quid, that eventually, when that grows in what, to 10,000, maybe even 100,000, they're gonna be able to get loans against that to get a house, to invest into other things. So it's mind-blowing stuff what's happening there. I read a little bit more about that. And then the other one is Sotheby's. I don't know if anybody's heard of Sotheby's. They're a 277-year-old auction house, and they've actually decided to launch an NFT section with Decentraland, which some of the biggest and most valuable pieces of art are sold at Sotheby's. So this is a game changer for Decentraland. And again, it shows that old money is finally respecting digital, the new money and the digital space. It's not even that they're respecting it. They're kind of going,
they need to accept it.
They want it. They don't want to share it. So we've got to start realizing this is what's happening. Now, the final bit of altcoin news is Cardano. Cardano has now officially exceeded 600,000 staked addresses. So that's 600,000 people are staking Cardano, and it hasn't even started moving yet. So that's amazing at the moment. So the total value of staked Cardano is 42 billion, which is 71% of the total supply of Cardano is staked.
I'm a true Cardano fan, man. I love the CEO, man. You guys should check him out on YouTube. Good
Mr. Charles
interview.
Hoskinson, yeah, he's amazing. Then there was a little bit about this Cotton Rocket thing. I just thought I'd mention it because I think out of all the meme tokens, I think this is the one that is going to be here for the next 5 years, just because it's based on adult entertainment. And adult entertainment never disappears. Never. Adult entertainment is been here since the cavemen. The Egyptians had it, the Tudors had it. It doesn't disappear. People have always spent money on pornography, and they always will.
They're gonna make a coin from Pornhub now.
It's the, like, people don't understand when you I remember studying this in media studies, and in media studies they made a study like how pornography is normally the thing that helps to decide the next big digital tech giant. So say, for example, it happened with VHS and Betamax. Because all the porn studios decided to start selling it on VHS, it killed off Betamax. The same thing happened with HD DVD versus Blu-ray. All the porn studios decided to back Blu-ray, and it killed off HD DVD. The same thing happened with internet marketing and internet online videos and streaming. And now we can see the same thing happening. So if the porn studios start backing NFTs, that's it. Whichever network the porn studios decide to work with, that will be the dominant NFT platform.
Like
Period.
they say, sex sells, bro.
100%. Like it's because it triggers a human like
Dopamine, bro.
instinct.
Dopamine. Triggers the dopamine.
That's it, man. They're telling us on the dopamine. My alt news for today. There. I've just got one final thing that I want to show you. Let me just find it in my gallery. Hopefully I've still got it. Yeah, I've got it.
Ninja in the house.
Come on, Prophet Maestro, what are you saying?
Go and bless up to the Most High.
John, no.
Guess what time frame chart this is?
Hey, something just quick. Here in Holland, there's like a group of people I'm talking to. Like they have good wallets too. They're like investing in a new coin called Paco. You guys should check it out. Just check it out. I'm not telling you guys any investing financial advice. Just check it out. Paco.
Love that. We didn't even do our disclaimer today, so fair enough. But yeah, what time frame or what chart do we think this is?
To the moon.
Weekly.
It's definitely something that's gone to the moon. Definitely. But any ideas? Any guesses?
Don't get them. No, bro.
This is the 300-year total market chart.
Jeez, fuck. What? My brain. You fried my brain.
So that shows, look what happens if you just hold. No matter what dip happens over the last 300 years, the market still goes up.
Wait, sorry, which market is this?
The whole total market.
From 300 years, bro.
Yeah, 300 years ago. That's what it looks like.
So this is stocks, commodities, and real estate.
Everything.
Everything for the last 300 years.
Wow. All
Even
the public markets.
It just makes you realize that the dips that we're in now are tiny.
Yeah, man. Like I told people, don't invest if you're gonna be paranoid about your money, because you're putting it in investment. Like you're putting your money in the bank.
100%.
You can take it out.
Let me just go to this. In the
Hey,
chat.
bro, and what's your idea about staking? Because I'm deep in that, and I'm actually earning money on crypto by staking my products in different platforms. It's really helping.
I'm not the expert in that, but Keish is. We've got a guy in our team that is the expert in staking. I'm big on staking. I'm staking on crypto.com. I think staking is probably one of the most underrated parts of the whole entire crypto space. I think staking forces you to think like a whale. I think it forces you to think like an investor, and that's why I like it, because it forces you to go, okay, if I hold this long term and I lock up this asset, I'll get rewarded on it. And I think that is a healthy culture, and I'm so for everyone. I'm so for like just the community and the culture to be like, yeah, I'm staking this much. Yeah, I'm staking that. I'm staking this.
Literally,
that's the right culture.
Like in the future, I want people to be talking not just about how much money and profit they've made off crypto, but what are the best staking opportunities.
Exactly. Well, you guys should check Pancake. Staking is amazing right now, bro. Buy some cakes, put that shit in stake, and leave that shit for 3 months. The rewards will be great.
We've seen that, and we highly recommend people to look at the supercharger stakes on crypto.com. Some of those are wild.
Crypto.com is amazing too. I'm using that platform too. It's dope. And Sexio is dope. It's amazing.
Yeah. They're great as well. All right, cool. So that's my part done. I'm gonna hand over to Ninja. Let me just make you host.
What up?
Made you host?
Yeah, cool. All right. So let me drop some gems. So the first gem that I'd like to drop is, first of all, anyone who's not on Twitter and you're in crypto, you need to get on Twitter because Twitter is a place to be. Make sure you follow us, blockchain.sen on Twitter. So here is something that I think is an interesting concept. So let's take your favorite crypto influencer. So one of my favorite influencers is JRNY Crypto. This guy's really dope. He drops a YouTube. Why not follow who your favorite influencers are following? Like, this is such a simple.
Brian Jong, Big Boy Crypto.
Exactly, right?
Michael Harding, website and Ninja.
Come on. So always have a look at who your favorite crypto influencers are following, because essentially you want to see what they're seeing, right? Next of all, I'm just gonna show some of my favorite altcoins that have long-term some long-term holdings in. Okay, so today, I recently invested in something called SparkPoint. I got on this crypto because of GRNY Crypto. Right now, it's in a huge dip. I quickly had a look at what they got going on in payment systems. Do your due diligence on this coin, but this is something that I invested. Just a little $50. What else we got? I'll be honest, I'm highly underprepared for this. I thought decided we're just gonna do it. So you wanna have a look?
It,
Sorry?
I said you got this, fam.
Okay, so another thing you want to have a look at in the world is Google Trends. Dogecoin. Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask whoever that needs to mute. Hello?
The mute all, Ninja, mute all.
And if you pull back on the
Mute everyone.
you get 1, 5, and 7 of your clients this evening. So we should all the very best luck here.
Sorry, Miss Arden, could you mute the background, please? Okay, amazing, right? So, for example, here we've got Dogecoin. Let's compare this to Ethereum. We can actually see that oh, wait, not Ethereum. Okay, so Dogecoin is more popular than Ethereum. I thought it was otherwise. That's interesting. How about I just take a Q&A? As I don't really have anything to show straight away, to be honest, right now. Let me just take a question.
All right, I got one.
Yeah, go on.
What have you added to your portfolio during this dip?
So during this dip, I have topped up on 2 Litecoin. So for those that don't know, Litecoin is probably my favorite altcoin outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Litecoin's CEO is a guy called Charlie Lee. It's the second oldest crypto. It highly follows Bitcoin patterns. So one thing that you guys should have a look at when you're on CoinMarketCap is, as well as comparing the asset to USD, compare it also to BTC. Litecoin has historically followed Bitcoin quite closely up until recent times. My price prediction for Litecoin is $1,000 by January 2021. And right now it's on a big bargain. So Litecoin, Engine Coin, which is the leading gaming token in cryptocurrency. I've been topping up my Swiss Ball coin as well. And just my fundamental coins like XRP, Polkadot, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Nothing too exciting, I'll be completely honest with you. I have messed about with some meme coins, but none that I'm really willing to shill because none of them really did that well.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
No problem. Dorian, you want to say something, bro?
Nah, no questions right now, bro.
Okay, no problem. The only things that I'm going to recommend people do as kind of not advice, but what I've been doing is that make sure that you dollar cost average into the cryptos that you really believe in. So say, for example, a good idea, in my opinion, if your monthly crypto budget is say £200 a month, set 4 buy orders for, let's say, Ethereum. Say out of your £200 a month crypto budget, dollar cost averaging, you want to spend £200. You want to spend £40 on Ethereum. Set, say, 4 buy orders to buy £10 of Ethereum at each pricing point that you think it's going to hit at. So me personally, say if, for example, I got paid for, say if today I had £40 and I wanted to invest in Ethereum, what I would do is that I would set 4 buy orders to buy Ethereum at the following prices. Let's just take 1 month. Because we could be going up, we could be going down, we don't really know yet. I would say set a £10 buy order at this dip here, if we were to ever go there ever again, at 1,900, and then I would set another one at say 1,850 if I was lucky enough to get that buy order. Then I'd set kind of one around here and one around here, and if Ethereum looks like it's just going to go on an uptrend and it's not going to go back to the all-time low, I would then set 2 more buy orders around this point if we were going up. Does that make sense? So dollar cost average into the cryptos that you believe in, and also set multiple buy orders. Then you can also set multiple sell orders as well. I've got some sell orders to sell XRP automatically when it hits £5, which I believe it does. I've got another sell order to sell X amount of XRP when it hits £8, which I believe it will at some point. Then it just gives you peace of mind for if there is another bear run after a parabolic bull run, you'll be taking some profits. But yeah, I feel like that's the game, unless you guys got another question. Nope. One more. Okay, Mr. Harden, I believe that wraps us up. Oh my God, am I frozen? Hello, guys.
You're not frozen, bro. You're not frozen. I just think Michael's not there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. He just typed in the chat.
Okay. Thanks, guys. All right. Oh, he's with his mom. Of course he is. All right. Let's leave Mr. Harding with his mom because it's his mom's birthday. But yeah, appreciate everyone in the chat. Please do forward this link to your friends. Stories appreciated. We've also just created a TikTok, Blockchain Sensei TikTok. So please follow us on there. Posted a few videos. I'll follow everyone back now who follows on Blockchain Sensei TikTok. You're mute, bro. Prophet, you're mute.
I said, bless up. Thank you for everything today and keep making the crazy drills. Let me know.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Let's go.
See everyone next
Peace
week.
out, bro. Later.
Cheers, man.
Ninja, you don't know, Ninja.
Appreciate you, my bro.
Yeah, man, it's all good, man. Definitely.
Thank you.
Michael's out.